multiple movements, right? But all of those movements sort of converge in the gesture as a whole, right? You're not going to look at like when my hands are going this way as one gesture and then when they're going that way as another gesture, right? So we see the unity within gesture. And we can even think that like you have a musical phrase, like a melody, and it could be played gesturally in multiple different ways. Like you could play it more intensely or like softer or with a certain accenting or play a little bit behind the beat or whatever. Okay, I'm getting too complicated, but there is ways in which we can micro adjust our gestures or our movements as gestures that conveys meaning, that sort of permeates the whole of the multiplicity of movements. Character is the amalgamation or the unity greater than the sum of the parts of our habits, right? So, in a way, everything's movement, and there are different levels of gestalts or wholes or organizations. It's a sort of organismic, it's very Whiteheadian. It's proto-Whiteheadian. It's process view of cosmology and consciousness and affection and things like that. But anyway, I think gesture and attitude are kind of like two sides of the same coin, one pointing more to the body, the other one more towards patterns of emotions and intentions, right? And ultimately, what is the perfect gesture? Grace. So grace is the gesture that explains all others, you could say. And the curve is the movement in space that defines the lines, the straight lines. And in a sense, okay, finally, at the end of the sort of cosmology, the theology behind it, which is that all grace is a manifestation of the divine. And so there is divinity in all of nature. This is again this idea of the spirit of nature and everything in between, right? Nature and the divine. I think that some Christian theology would say only God has grace, and we're just like, that's not what we're getting here. There's something divine, and this is in Vinci. There's something divine in everything.
So he's a heretic and somehow kept his life.
Da Vinci?